Reed-Robbins and I'm the creator of Superpower School. Superpower School is a 3-day transformational event designed to help you unleash your natural human superpowers so you can be, do and have anything that you want. So what are our natural human superpowers? Well, partly they're to do with using your brain in the most effective way, the way it's designed to be used to get what we want from life, so to achieve our goals. There are also superpowers that we have to change what's going on inside of us, which will change our behavior so that we can behave the way we want to, the way we need to in circumstances to get the best result out of them. So if you want to change how you feel when you're public speaking, for example, you have a superpower to be able to do that and change the way you feel about it permanently, not just in the moment. So there are also superpowers that you have to affect other people in a positive way. So using your thoughts, your feelings, your energy to influence other people. And used in combination, these become your natural superpowers. So are we all super powerful? Well, it's very easy to go through life not knowing how extraordinary you really are. We're all born with incredible potential, but it's rare that anybody actually sits down and explains to you how your brain really works. So we have this incredible brain that's the most fantastic thing we'll ever possess, and yet the only way we normally learn how to use it is by trial and error, or from watching the people around us use theirs. And we don't always have the best role models available to us, so that's not very helpful either. So one way or another, we kind of muddle through life doing the best we can with what we've learned so far. Now, we hear stories of other people doing the most incredible things with their lives, and it's really easy to assume that it must be because they're special and you're not, or they've had advantages that you haven't had and there's nothing that you can do about it. But in actual fact, it's more about what they're doing with their brains and with their body and with their actions to get that result that you need to be really curious about. Because we all have the same hardware. We all have the same brain. It's just you can use it in different ways to get very, very different results. So there's nothing necessarily special about them as a human being, but it's more about how they're using their brain to get the result they're getting. Now that's great, because what it means is when we figure out what they're doing, we can apply that to ourselves and get the same result. So what kind of superpowers am I talking about? Well, we have the superpower to be able to create any kind of positive feeling whenever you want it. We have the power to overcome negative emotions and feel fine about anything that happens to us in our lives. We have the power to influence others and even communicate with them subconsciously, so affect people without words. We have the power to jump forwards in time in our minds into the future and learn from the future by using our imagination. But we also have the ability to go back in time in our minds and learn from the past and even change it to impact us positively in the now. We also have the powers to manifest what we want from life. So we have the power to achieve goals effortlessly. We have the power to affect our physical body, to increase health, to even heal our bodies using our minds. We have the power to imagine and to change our beliefs, which change the way that we perceive and experience the world that we live in. So you can be lucky or unlucky depending on how you perceive the world, almost on how you decide to experience the world. So those are just some of the natural superpowers that you have. So what would you change? So assuming you learn how to unleash and use your natural human superpowers, what would you change about your life? Would you ask for more love, better relationships? Would you perhaps reach out and teach other people what you've learned? Would you ask for more achievement, more success, better performance in your life? Perhaps you want more control and a sense of power over your own destiny, or just less anxiety, worry, and fear. Would you change the world in some way? Would you go for that thing you've always wanted to do but always been a bit hesitant? Would you create an incredible, healthy, fit body, or heal your body from illness or disease? What would you create if you could literally be, do, and have anything? So what about my experience with my superpowers? Well, if you'd have told me at age 26, a time in my life where I'd hit rock bottom and really looked into the future and thought, the way I was going, I didn't want to live that kind of life. And suicide was really on my mind a lot of the time. Well, if you told me at age 26 that in just a couple of years, I would have beaten my depression, I would have overcome an eating disorder, I would have lost the 6 stone that I was overweight and be slimmer and feel great about my body. If you'd have told me that I would no longer be dependent on painkillers and alcohol to numb the pain of a disease in my spine that I had, and that I'd actually cured that disease, I wouldn't have believed you. If you told me that I would be with the man of my dreams, that I would have incredible friends, a brand new career, if you told me I had published a book, I had been on TV, and been places I'd never dreamed of, I wouldn't have believed you. And if you told me about the money that I'd be earning, I certainly wouldn't have believed you. In just a couple of years, that's exactly what happened. And here I am today, 7 years later, living an incredible life where I have the privilege to coach other people to achieve what they want in life by unleashing their natural human superpowers too. So not only have I changed my life using what I've learned, but I've also had the most incredible career helping other people to do exactly the same thing. And there's nothing better that I can imagine than having that kind of lifestyle. If you're in the habit of not going for the things that you really want in life and always putting yourself last, then we can deal with that when you get to Superpower School. But first of all, we need to get you there so that we can deal with that. Now, this story really helped me, so I want to share it with you. Now, there was an old Italian man who lived in a village, and every single day he prayed at the feet of an old, beloved Italian saint. And he would pray, please let me win the lottery. Please let me win the lottery. Every single day he would pray at the feet of this statue. And wind, rain or shine, he'd be there. The same prayer, please let me win the lottery. Now, years later, the man was still praying at the feet of the statue, until one day the statue had had enough and shouted back, my dear old man, please buy a lottery ticket. So if you've been wishing things would change for a while and they still haven't, please buy a ticket to Superpower School and I'll see your super self there.